Swadika, hello, I'm Sarah. As an IISMA awardee at Prince of Songkla University in Thailand, let me share a little story about my IISMA journey. Let me begin this story in the dorm where I live while I'm in here. So, let me introduce myself once again. I'm Serawanti Permata Kusuma, or people usually call me Sera. I'm a student of Dianus Wantoro University, majoring in accounting. And thanks to IISMA program, I currently study for one semester at Prince of Songkla University. In here, I am majoring in Business Administration at the Faculty of Management Science. While I'll tell you about my journey, I will show you some part of Prince of Songkla in here. So, let's begin. Here is Prince of Songkla University, my host university for the IISMA program. In here, a lot of my first time experiences happen. For me, this is my first time to be and living abroad. First time to study abroad, first time to live far from my family too. And also, first time for me living in a dorm and having a roommate. This experience is so meaningful for me. Next, let me bring you to the beautiful reservoir that PSU has. I think enough for the chit-chat. Now let's begin the story about my journey, especially my arrival journey to the Thailand. Because the COVID-19 pandemic still happened when I flew from Indonesia to Thailand, we entered Thailand through the program called Test and Go, which was a program of COVID-19 regulation which we need to do quarantine for several days in Bangkok to do the RT-PCR test before we flew again to the another province. After several days, our quarantine ended, so we fly to Hat Yai where the Prince of Songkla University is located. My first impression about Hat Yai, the sky is very beautiful, which is I really saw in Indonesia. Aside from there, to be honest, I feel it was like Indonesia. But one thing that made me realize that I abroad and in Thailand, which is their language. It is because obviously people in Thailand commonly speak using Thailand language, so it's quite hard for me to have conversation with the locals. Luckily, for most of the time that I'm in here, I can use a different language like body language, English, and because Hat Yai is located in near border to Malaysia, some locals speak Malaysia or understand Malaysia, so Indonesia and Malaysia are quite similar, right? So I use it as a communication language in here. By the way, can we appreciate how beautiful the reservoir in here is? Anyway, let me share a little bit about my study experience in here while I study in the library in here. And now let me tell you, actually the library in here is huge and it's so comfortable. As I said before, this is my first time to be study abroad, so I have to adapting a lot because this is my first time actually in the full course with all English language, so it took me some times to be adapting in here. And the other difference is in my home university, they don't have a lot of project or theme works to do, which they have actually, but it's not like that big deal, or it's just like another task to do. But in here it's such a big deal, so it's quite took me shook actually. Another fact, the people in here really welcoming us. From the university until the faculty people, the faculty literally make some event for us to do, like welcoming party, and then we have gather and then scroll around the old town in Songkla town, and then we do a pottery, traditional dance, and etc. It's so meaningful and new experience for me. And I like to say thank you for the BBA program to set up this event for us. Last but not least, I finally can say it that I'm officially #IISMA bias. Because thanks to IISMA program, I able to study abroad and have an experience in living abroad. Learn more about different country cultures and met a lot of new friends. So for you guys, don't be afraid and #be bold to go abroad. See you guys in another journey. Goodbye.